I'm covering on this video 5 important pillars I think you should think about before embarking a career as a flight attendant, in particular with Emirates. That's where I worked. And I'll be covering the financial aspects, I'll be covering your retirement, I'll also cover your health in general, your mental health, and your freedom while you work in the company. And at the end, I'm going to wrap it all up, and I'm going to talk about potential career prospects and what you can do after having worked in this market of, customer service and taking care of safety on board. I worked for Emirates for about 4 years. Half of that, or maybe a little bit more, I was in business class, and before that I was in economy class. It was fantastic. I loved it. I'd do it again. And if it weren't for Emirates, I would not meet my current wife. And I wouldn't have my beautiful baby I have now. Everything I'm going to say on this video is my experience, but I'm pretty sure it's shared experience with other cabin crew because they went through the same things. I'm going to start off with the financial aspect. Everybody knows that working for Emirates and living in Dubai is good. You make a decent salary, and it should be around $3,000 when you start off, maybe a little less than that. So let's imagine it's $3,000. What you did is you sacrificed a lot to get to Dubai, to start your career there. Your loved ones, your friends, your family, you quit your job, quite a few things that maybe were secure, you just said bye-bye to. The caveat to this is that although you're making a big salary, this is always relative to what you were doing before, obviously. You just got out of college or university, it's going to sound like a lot of money. You have to take care of your own pension. There is no retirement scheme, there's nothing done for you. You have to think about this completely on your own. And if you take out some money out of your overall salary for your pension, in the end, the salary is not competitive anymore. Another reality of cabin crew is that having not made a salary or having had a low salary previously before your job as a cabin crew, especially in Emirates, because you do make quite a bit, it really justifies this need and want of spending that money into something, some guilty pleasure that you've always wanted. And then because you do it once, then you do it another time and you do it another time, eventually you keep on spending your money and you save very little. So the saving rate for cabin crew is typically very, very low. It's not applicable for everyone, but it's kind of very common, and I'm also guilty of it. So my recommendation is try to save as much as you can. Don't spend it all on, stupid nonsense. Have a pension fund. Create one yourself. Invest as much as you can. If you're able to, save 50% of your salary, don't keep it in your savings account, but invest it. And the type of investments you can make are, for example, invest in real estate, get a mortgage, and pay that off. At least in the end, you have a property. Or you can invest it in ETFs. It's exchange traded funds, and practically you put money into a basket of many different stocks, and these grow over time, and you make an interest out of it. You make dividends out of it, and you end up having way more money. Also, it protects you from inflation, which is eventually, eating up your money if you have it in sitting somewhere doing nothing. So get that money to work for you. When you work for any airline, doesn't have to be Emirates, you tend to have a lot of strength at the beginning. You feel that like nothing's going to stop you. You're unbeatable, unstoppable. And so you think you can do this job until the end of days. But that's not the case. I can guarantee you that after 4 years, that type of buzz, that type of excitement of you going to New York or you going to Milan or going to Venice, etc., will fade away over time. You'll probably go to the same places 3 or 4 times, and by the 3rd time you feel like, I'm just gonna go to my favorite place. I'll stay in the hotel. I'll sleep a little since I'm fatigued. I'm tired. As years pass, you're not really being a cabin crew. You're just working for an airline, working in a tube and, getting your money, and that's it. That's one of the aspects that you have to be careful for. Don't become complacent and work your ass off for something that is not giving you or satisfying you at all. That's the wrong way to conduct your life. You got to do something you love. Another very important aspect is your life expectancy. As a cabin crew, flying at those altitudes, getting all those radiations and sleeping the wrong patterns and so on, your life expectancy shrinks. And you have to do a list of pros and cons and figure out, is this what I want? Because I can't do it for an extremely long time. Is this exactly my passion? You can't just jump into a flight career and not have any interest in traveling. This is a very, very important thought process. Let's move to the next pillars. I'm going to merge them together. So it's mental health and freedom. Mental health is really important. Like, everybody talks about it. It's a little bit cliche. Some people don't care until you just get knocked out and you realize that, what the hell am I doing with my life? I can't stand this anymore, or I even hate the career you started. And freedom is another big problem. Dubai, working as a cabin crew, you have a provided accommodation, everything's regulated, everything's documented, everything is monitored. You're constantly surveilled. There's cameras all over the place. There's an interconnected relationship between these two factors. And if you're working with other colleagues that you share nothing with, constantly carrying out tasks that are not creative, there's nothing interesting in what you're doing. You're just executing same things every day. Like, when you get back home, you're so tired, you literally can't even press record on your camera if you're a YouTuber, because you're so tired. Just the thought of you editing the video or, setting up the camera gets you tired. And no matter what your passion is, if you're too tired to do it when you get back home, because the job is really tuckering you out and you don't like what you're doing, you don't like the job you're doing, you really have to quit, because your mental health is going to be impacted so badly that you're going to start having anxiety attacks, anxiety episodes. You're going to have self-confidence issues. You don't even want to get out of bed. You're already having that feeling of being overwhelmed. I wanted to change my life, and that's why I started doing YouTube, how to edit and how to film and how to use pro cameras and such. The group of friends that you hang out with is always different when you're up in there in the sky. You might share nothing in common. You might make the best friends. I've made super good friends in Emirates. You have to be ready to shuffle around your friends and to be super open to make new ones, and to keep seeing them on your days off as much as you can, because those are the ones that you can open up with and share your problems and, find your way out of such a complicated and difficult career. It doesn't sound complicated, but it is for your brain. It's difficult to sleep during the day and work during the night, wake up for a flight that lasts 14 hours with 4 hours sleep. The minimum you can do is to cultivate friends whenever you can, and to cultivate hobbies whenever you can. And if your job interferes with these two in such a way that you can't follow friends and you can't do your hobby, you can't do your passion, then you gotta quit. I have been silent for about 2 years, and there's several reasons to that. One of the biggest reasons is I've become a father 1 year and 2 months ago, and it's been very difficult. Beautiful, but difficult. Another reason is I was working super hard. I was a talent acquisition manager working for Swiss pharmaceutical companies, and I had no experience in talent acquisition, none. And I was given this opportunity, and I really nailed it. I had a lot of fun, but as it interfered with my passion, so doing videos and doing YouTube and editing and all that stuff, I had to quit my job. Although it was very, very great, money-wise, experience-wise, and promotion-wise, you have to take courage. And I took courage to move out of my comfort zone and get back on what I like. And I really hope that it works. I really hope that I can do this full-time. So I'm back, and I'm going to be doing videos again, not focusing on Emirates, but focusing on recruitment, on investments, and technology. Also traveling. I'm going to still be traveling. I have a lot of videos from previous holidays, and a lot of those will be coming out soon. But I hope that you guys support my decision in not doing Emirates alone videos, because it's not something I really like. It's not something that I'm extraordinarily into. Another thing that kept me from doing videos, there has been no support from the Emirates cabin crew community. Like, you should have seen the Facebook groups. They really hammered down on me trying to teach or trying to share my knowledge or the information I have. I mean, at least I did something. At least I shared something. I don't see these people sharing anything. And if they don't like it, if they don't want to do it, they have the option of shutting up. I have friends in Emirates that send me these comments. They show me, they send screenshots, and it's crazy disappointing. And I have never seen someone, for example, in Amazon quit their job as a, I don't know, software developer or in sales. And, I've never seen them getting this amount of disrespect from other colleagues that are still in the company and are just doing their simple, 9 to 6 or 9 to 5 job and getting mocked like this by them. The minute you stand out, you get bullied. That's just how it is. But YouTube's famous for bullying. So, I give credit to YouTube, it's an open platform for bullying. There's not much that you can prevent. It's pretty much ignoring. That's what you got to do. If you come from Emirates or if you're a flight attendant, you don't necessarily have to work in the customer service field. I worked in talent acquisition, also as an account manager, business development. There's been a lot of functions that I was working in, and I was given this opportunity by a company that hired people that had almost no experience. There are several companies that allow this. You just have to start and work yourself up. But as soon as you get 1 year, 2 years of experience, depending on the country you're in, like if you're in a country that is not competitive from a point of view of work, then obviously you're going to have it very difficult. But if you're in a country that is growing and is economically very stable and there's a lot of opportunities, they will trust someone very quickly. And I remember that after not even a year of experience in this company I was working for, other companies started reaching out to me and they were, interviewing me, and my salary wasn't so high, so I was checking out the options and scouting for new possibilities. So doors open up rather very quickly depending on where you live. Just to reinforce what I just said, I started my YouTube channel in 2017 with Zdenka, my wife, and I had no idea what I was doing. I bought a new camera. I learned how to edit on my own. I learned how to use that camera on my own. I bought all the accessories on my own. I kind of invested heavily into it. And I learned everything that was necessary for me to independently put videos out there. This was my passion. I was traveling, and at the same time I was doing my content when I got back home so that I could publish it. All my journeys were, on YouTube. I would document it, and traveling would be free. As my pleasure for traveling and working for Emirates faded, I converted my work into teaching how to join Emirates, and that used the skills I had in editing and doing videos. After working as a recruiter and working as a manager, I quit that job, and now I'm going to leverage the skills that I had before in video making and speaking in front of a camera to explain how recruitment is done. So my passion is always the same. I love doing videos, I love editing, just the content is gradually changing, and I talk about things that I understand, let's say I've been exposed to quite a bit, and I share it with the public. That also led me to, I'm doing a video now with a new camera. It's an Insta360 Go 3S. I've been hired by this company to do videos and review this camera. So little by little, all these building blocks of what my passion led me to brought me to the collaboration with this company. And had it not been for me sparing some time to dig into my ambitions and the things I find fun doing, I would have never landed a collaboration with Insta360. So I'm very grateful for having pushed myself and learning new things, and now quitting my job and doing this again, trying to, at least. I've been talking a lot, I'm rambling too much. Thank you for joining me on this video and walking around my new city. I just moved to this city, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye. See you next.